Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Thursday, April 2nd, 2009. This morning we're going to start a little two-day demonstration of Web Velocity. We're going to build a simple little one-table application that demonstrates some of the features of Web Velocity. So to get started, let's go to New, Application, and we'll call this Notes Application. We'll give it a schema because we want this to talk to a database. So the first thing we need to do is go and configure the database. So we go here, select Postgres, because that's what I've got running on my server. And I'm going to say it's on localhost, port 5432, the default. The database is called Postgres. Schema is called public. And then I've password protected it. So now once I've done all that, I test the login. And if it comes back configured, then I can go to the schema. Now once I'm on the schema, I want to map a table over from the database to Smalltalk. So I'm going to take this notes table, and I'm going to create a note class. And then I'm going to say I want it to give me the schema, I want it to give me some basic editing capability, a list view, a view, and an edit UI. So we'll go ahead and say OK to that. And now at this point we can actually do something useful. We can come here to the Browse option, and we can say let's take a look at notes.html. Now it turns out that I have got two things in here already. I've been screwing around with this demo already today and yesterday. So I've got things in the database. If I select here, see I've got my view, I can edit it, I can go over here and select that. Now you'll notice the titles aren't necessarily the best thing in the universe. I can cancel out of this and close that and go back to my list view. Let's make it so that when I select this and just go to this view here, I get a more meaningful title. Well, let's go back here, and we want to check classes and go to Note View UI. And in here we want to go to the source code. Now at first you're going to wonder, how the heck would I change that? Well, what I do is I go to Visibility, and I'll go up one in the hierarchy to Generic View UI. And I'll notice there's this method called title. And here it tells me, well, this is what I do. So I'm going to change this by going back to my visibility to my class. I'm going to add in accessing a new method. I'm going to call this title. And all I'm going to do, see if I could actually type, I'm going to add in object, I have to return it, answer object title. Now that's already saved. I don't need to do anything. I can now go back to Browse, notes.html, come in here, and notice here it puts up the title. Now I still have the case where in the editor it does the same thing. Let's cancel out of that, go back here to the code, and now what we want to do is flip over to Note Edit UI, and I'm going to assume I can do the same thing. If I were to go through the hierarchy, I'd find that I can do the same thing. So I'm going to say title, and I'm going to return here a string, editing, put a brace there, comma, object, title, comma, and then the close brace. And let's see how that works. Let's go over here to this, hit edit, and you see now that's changed. So I've customized it. Now let's say that you don't really like this little viewpoint here, you don't like the way that looks. So I'm going to close these two and go back to my source code. It turns out that if you go back out to the top and you go here to themes, there are a couple of already built-in themes, so I can change this to say the seaside view. And now if I go here to Browse notes.html, you notice that I've got a different view. So I've got all my customizations still there, but it's changed the CSS for this so that it displays itself differently. Now if you know CSS, you can go in and add your own themes. You can customize the style sheets directly for each of these applications, so you don't need to use themes at all. But right off the bat, you see I've got the ability to make some quick changes and customize my application pretty easily. And what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to add a search capability so that when I come in here to my list view and I have all of this listed here, I want to add a search field and be able to search by either description or title. But we'll leave it there for now. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.